Now at 6, time to play ball as the city of Carthage cuts the ribbon on a highly anticipated baseball field. Plus, a Carthage man pleads guilty in the murder of his wife from last year. And a proposed bio-waste plant hosts an open house tonight in Miami.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It's a new ball game in Fort Scott for summer baseball. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Sports Director John Dales joins us with today's big news for the city.
Yeah, Dow, Fort Scott is officially joining the Mid-America Baseball League for the 2026 season. The announcement is made this afternoon. Home games are set to be played at La Roche Baseball Complex. As for the team's name, that is to be determined with the help of the public. The contest started today. Now, the Collegiate Summer League now has 7 teams with the hopes of growing to 12 by next year. We'll hear from a league board member and a Fort Scott Chamber official here in a bit.
John Dales, thanks. Fort Scott wasn't the only place with big baseball news today. The city of Carthage celebrated the grand opening of its long-awaited baseball field with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Videographer Ty Parks attended the opening and brings us details.
This has been a project that has spanned a few years now. We're so thankful for the community for their continued support of our program, and we're excited to unveil this site for the community. We tell our players all the time, and they believe this, we have the best facilities in the state because they're ours. You know, when you go back and think about the history of the Carthage baseball program, Carl Luton has been a great site for us, but we're excited to be on campus and excited to make more memories here. It's fit around 250 to 300 people. We have some temporary bleachers set up, and then there's also some access for people to bring lawn chairs and do different things. So we're excited to see how many people it can fit because our community has just given us so much support. We're excited to play for them. The best things that I've seen so far is just watching our high school kids walk out of the building and come straight to practice. It's been a huge benefit for our practice time and just from transportation logistics, when you talk to our bus people and everything, not having to get our kids from the high school to across town, it's been a relief for everyone.
Definitely a privilege. We're all very grateful for everything that people have done, whether it's the builders building it or the ones that donated to help make it happen. We're just very grateful and excited for the season. Our morale is definitely up. We know that there's something to prove. Coming off a good season last year, we definitely want to make that better. And we want to just show everybody that we're not just okay with winning, we want to do more.
If you're interested in more details about how the city of Carthage got to this point, you can check out the history of the McCune-Brooks Regional Hospital Trust Baseball Stadium on our website. You see it there, KOAMnewsnow.com. Boy, feeling like baseball weather this week. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, the past couple days have been fantastic across the region. Temperatures into the 70s. Today, officially, we got above 80 degrees, which is great to see. Still 79 in Joplin. Pittsburgh sitting at 79 degrees. It was windy. We still have those south winds, kind of 20 upwards to 25, and we've been getting some gusts a little bit higher than that, kind of in that 30 to 35 mile per hour range on average. Overall, it's going to stay breezy over the next couple days, but the winds will back off just a little bit. Look at the evening, upper 70s, lower 80s. Really no complaints. We drop through the 70s into the 60s as we go through the overnight hours. We will get a few clouds in here late tonight, but still it looks pretty good. The winds come down a little bit for us tomorrow. Again, we get some clouds in here during the afternoon, but I still think we'll go into the upper 70s for highs. Stronger system on Friday. We'll look at that here in a bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. A Carthage man pleads guilty in the murder of his wife in Kansas. Gavino McJunkins Messias has entered a guilty plea for murder in the second degree, unintentional but reckless in the death of his wife, Kenya Lopez, also of Carthage. Police found her body last June inside a camper trailer on the 600 block of North Main Street in Carthage. The investigation revealed a homicide had happened in Miami County, Kansas, and concluded in Carthage. The sentencing for second-degree murder in Kansas is next month. On the Missouri side, prosecutors charged him with abandonment of a corpse. That case is ongoing. A Kansas tax credit that aims to build affordable homes in Kansas could be eliminated. The bill to eliminate the credit proposed by Representative Sean Tarwater says the program is just too costly for the state. Thousands of homes across Kansas have been built through this tax credit. There are, in fact, 431 affordable housing units in Pittsburgh that came about through the credit. The director of housing for the city of Pittsburgh says Pittsburgh has a shortage of housing, and eliminating this tax credit could make it worse.
Could cause more homelessness as far as because it's going to rise the prices of other housing up. I feel so it's going to make units not affordable. So those individuals may have to move out. It may make waiting lists longer.
The Kansas House has already approved the bill. It's now in the Senate. A public open house is underway in Miami for a controversial facility that would use chicken waste to produce a methane-based gas. The possibility is drawing some concerns from residents and environmental groups alike. Argo Development Partners would bring in more than 160,000 tons of litter from local farmers per year, creating renewable natural gas, liquid fertilizer, and solid fertilizer. Tonight, the company will address what this facility would look like and potential impacts on the community.
It supports a poultry industry that's about 7,500 jobs in the area. So really what we do is we help the poultry industry sort of create a new value stream. We're expecting to pay local growers millions for their litter, and we plan to pay for the litter and get it delivered to the facility.
We're going to have details from that open house for you tonight on KOAM News. Officials announce a new source of drinking water for part of Missouri. Storage space in Stockton Lake will now be reallocated to provide drinking water to communities throughout southwest Missouri. Part of the reallocation will also include an industrial water supply. Spokesperson for Southwest Missouri Water says the project will provide 38 million gallons daily with no major impact on the lake. Diamond Days are headed to southeast Kansas. John Dales has details of the baseball team. More details on that team that's going to call Fort Scott home. That's coming up. Plus, questions arise after many residents in Carthage experienced an extended power outage today. Carthage residents went through another big power outage today. It's the latest in a series of these outages, and residents say it's causing some growing frustration throughout the community. In response to these concerns, we reached out to Carthage Water and Electric to get some answers. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has that story.
Every week to every 2 weeks, we have a power outage. We had one last week. It lasted for 3 hours.
Susan Meyer is a Carthage resident. Today, she had to struggle to get ready because she had no lights and she needed her coffee.
And I drove from one side of town looking for a coffee place open to the other side. Ended up driving to Joplin to buy a cup of coffee because the entire town, the power is out.
And why did she have to do that? We reached out to Chuck Bryant, the manager of Carthage Water and Electric, to see why there was another outage today.
What happened today was there was a failure of a piece of equipment in the substation on the south end of Carthage.
Bryant says this substation has nothing to do with his department.
It is not our substation. It is the substation of the Department of Energy. It's a federal substation for SPA, Southwest Power Administration. And we have no jurisdiction or ability to go in and make any repairs or fix anything.
Well, how powerful is this substation that Bryant is talking about?
And it trips offline. It creates the whole city will be dark, and that's what happened this morning.
With that said, Bryant says the SPA knows what's going on and are currently working to resolve it.
They've assured us that the power has been restored. There's some repairs that will be done in the next couple of weeks.
Now, this truly will make Meyer happy.
Everything's fine. Not having my morning cup of coffee now, that's a real problem there.
Reporting in Carthage, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Now, we did reach out to the Southwestern Power Administration. They said they currently have temporary fixtures in place. They're working hard, they say, to fix the situation permanently. A little bit later, the Labette County girls basketball team prepares to make their return trip to the Class 4A state tournament. John has details coming up for us in sports.
Plus, our temperatures staying fairly nice over the next couple days. What about rain chances? We'll look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a great Tuesday for us today. Temperatures fantastic, right around 80 to 81 in most locations. Plenty of sunshine. It was windy. The wind's moving out there, but still, overall, it turned out to be a great day. Great evening. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. We're looking northeast. right through downtown from 7th and Joplin Street in southwest Missouri. All right, the wind's still moving. We're still getting gusts near 30 upwards to 35, but these are slowly going to come down a bit as we go through the next couple days. But look at the gusts on Wednesday. Not near as bad, 10 to 15, maybe 20 in some spots. Much of the same on Thursday. Southerly winds, gusts kind of 10, 15, maybe 20 in spots. Friday, they get moving. We're going to be, I think most of us kind of in that 40 to 50 to 60 mile per hour ranges. We get a very strong storm system rolls in. So the winds are really going to be moving. Very similar to what we saw early last week on Monday and Tuesday when we had that major storm system rotate through. Look at the temps right now. We're sitting upper 70s to lower 80s across the region. It's great to have this extended evening daylight. It's not even pitch dark until after 8 p.m., which is fantastic. So by 8, still sitting at 72, and then we slide back into the 60s. Clear skies, not much going on here. May get a few clouds kind of rotate in later on tonight. We have 2 storm systems which will affect us over the next couple days. One to our south, and a second one that kind of develops as it passes by, but it's definitely going to give us the wind. All right, so let's go through time. Here's system number 1. Slides just south of us tomorrow. We stay under this nice ridge. We warm up again Thursday, and then into Friday. Here's our upper level low. And you see how it kind of tilts back toward the northwest, so you get any severe weather on the southeast side. So most likely just southeast of the region, and then we'll cool down a little bit behind that system. So any severe thunderstorms tomorrow just south of the region, eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas. Then on Friday, mainly just east of the region, but of course something we're going to keep our eyes on very closely over the next couple days. By morning, few clouds kind of skirting through. Low to mid 50s, should get into the 70s by noon. A lot more cloud cover tomorrow, but I still think we'll go 78, 79, 80 degrees. Couple little showers rotate just south of us as we get into tomorrow evening. Southern counties, you may get a random shower. And then by Thursday morning, low to mid 50s again, and then we warm upper 70s to near 80 again by Thursday afternoon. 55 to start, 70 by noon, high temp 79 degrees. Let's look at Friday because showers and thunderstorms, I do think we'll get a few across the region, but they really blossom just east of us. So I'm not expecting much in the way of thunderstorm activity with the big system on Friday, but we will definitely have the wind machine going on. 79 tomorrow, 79 Thursday, 77 Friday. Cooler but nice over the weekend, closer to where we should be for this time of the year, back into the 70s on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Great teaser of spring. Hopefully we can keep these temperatures sticking around.
And even these slightly cooler temps on the weekend will be great temps to get outside, do some yard work.
There you
maybe.
go. Not bad.
I'm loving it. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, we're going to have more on that summer collegiate baseball team that's coming to Fort Scott, and Labette County girls basketball prepares for its trip to state. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
A summer collegiate baseball team is coming to Fort Scott. The Mid-America League holds a press conference at LaRoche Baseball Complex this afternoon to announce that it will be the new home of the league's 7th franchise starting in summer 2026.
We are here today to announce Fort Scott as the 7th team in our franchise and the first team in the great state of Kansas. So really exciting for that opportunity for the city.
Our hope is that at some point in the future, we'll be watching the World Series and we can look back and say, hey, that kid played in Fort Scott. Let's hopefully that happens in our lifetime.
This league brings with it the promise of exciting matchups, unforgettable moments, and a deeper connection between fans, players, and our town.
Now, the team doesn't have a name yet. To suggest one, you can do so at fortscottbaseball.com. We do know that they'll play their games at Dave Regan Stadium at LaRoche Baseball Complex, which is home to the Fort Scott High School baseball program. This summer, the Joplin Outlaws will play a 3-game series there from July 11th to the 13th. Labette County girls basketball played rival Fort Scott twice in the regular season and lost both times. Now, this past Saturday, the Lady Grizzlies faced the Lady Tigers for a 3rd time and in the Sub-State Championship, They won in overtime. After taking down Fort Scott in the sub-state title game, Labette County girls basketball is headed to the Class 4A state tournament for the second year in a row. This afternoon, the Lady Grizzlies hit the practice floor, making some final preparations before their trip to Salina and reflect on the overtime victory that got them here.
I asked them to look at me in the eyes. Don't have your eyes wandering. Don't look down. Don't look defeated in those moments, even though we lost, and especially against Fort Scott. And I never had doubt. I never saw them doubt in those moments. And I think we've seen that throughout our season of close games. How do we get through those moments? And it's by believing in each other and believing in ourselves. And
I think it just helps that a lot of the girls, I can see 4 or 5 of them that have played on that stage before, and I think we're ready for it. There's not really any pressure. Well, like, there's always pressure, but there's not like nervousness because we've been there before. We know what we're doing. We're experienced. We're an older team, so I think we're ready for that challenge.
Over in Missouri high school basketball, Aurora faces Logan Rogersville in the Class 4 sectional for the second night in a row. Now, yesterday, the Wildcats boys team knocked Aurora out of the playoffs. Tonight, the Aurora girls hope to get revenge. The Lady Hounds are our only local team from Missouri remaining in the playoffs. This one just tipped off at 6. I'll update you on the final score tonight at 9 and 10. And some major coaching news this morning. Pittsburgh State head volleyball coach Jen Gomez has resigned after 9 years of leading the Gorillas. Gomez is stepping down as PSU's head volleyball coach and accepting a position as the activities director for Pittsburgh High School and USD 250. She will assume this position following Jeff Staley's retirement on January 1st. According to a release from PSU Athletics, Pitt State Athletic Director Jim Johnson plans to expedite a search to find Gomez's replacement as the next head volleyball coach. And that's something that Pitt State kind of has a track record of doing when a coach leaves. They like to fill that position as soon as possible.
Do it quickly. Well, there are lots of good candidates out there.
Yeah.
For sure. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Neosho City leaders host an open house to learn about Proposition A and the improvements planned for the community. Plus, the Miami Area Economic Service invites the public to discuss a new chicken waste facility coming to Ottawa County and how your hobbies can help your career. Those stories, a lot more, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Springtime means plenty of outdoor activities, but where do you go to find them? Well, don't worry, we've got you covered. Just scan this QR code and go straight to the events page of our website. You can find fun family events in the area, including pretty soon plenty of Easter egg hunts. You'll find events really anywhere, anytime. KOAMnews.com/events. Great weather to get outside today, the last few days and the coming days.
And it's really going to stay pretty nice. The winds will calm down a little bit tomorrow and Thursday, which is good news. Still high temps near 80, very windy on Friday, gust over 50, and then we cool down a bit as we head into the weekend.
But still not bad overall. Final sports notes.
I'll have more later tonight on that high school basketball playoff game between Aurora and Logan Rogersville.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.